Exactly 130 years ago today, the small market town of Newbury suffered a terrible loss. One morning in 1895, Newbury solicitor and town clerk Henry Burke Godwin left his offices in Northbrook Street and boarded a train to London. 8 days later, his body turned up in a field near Leicester with a single gunshot wound to the head. After spending one night in a hotel in London, Henry continued up to Leicester the next day. Quite the journey, particularly for a man with a limp on his right foot.
The same day he arrived, he took refreshments at the Union Inn in a parish just south of the city.
The landlord noticed his southern accent and later said there'd been something strange about his manner, as if there was something troubling him. Henry then left in the direction of Leicester, perfectly sober. This was the last time he was seen alive. But what was he doing in a city more than 100 miles from his hometown? We don't know for sure, but when he arrived in Leicester, he bumped into a former Newbury man called Richard Canning. They exchanged a few words and parted ways, but Canning later sent a communication to Newbury, mentioning their interaction.
Henry's body was later found barely 2 miles from Canning's home. So what drove him to take his own life? The most likely explanation is this.
Imagine a device that could clean the harmful black smoke being pumped out of Victorian factories.
Samuel Elliott's smoke washer promised to do just that. Elliott had already established himself as a capable moulder and joiner in the Newbury area.
But the project failed to gain commercial backing, and the town watched as one of its largest employers went up in smoke. He owed £22,000 to Henry, roughly $3 million in today's money, and he owed even more to the bank.
He broke the news of his terrible financial situation at a private meeting of his creditors on February the 18th, just 2 days before Henry went missing. Henry was laid to rest in St Mary's churchyard at Speen. His wife Elizabeth was later buried in the same plot, and that was how a well-meaning idea brought untold ruin to all those involved.